Now, that's one thing which you really should get from a professional camera is, I don't know if you can see this, just been taking some photos, having to do external photos of a property, and it's now pouring with rain. You can see maybe I'm a little bit wet, but my camera itself, if you can see there, is really, really wet. But that's the thing. Canon 5D Mark II, although it is soaking wet, I have absolutely no worries about it at all. At no point, like, the house is just soon as the owners come and say, oh, is it okay you shouldn't take photos just now while it's raining? I'm like, honestly, this is a professional grade camera with a professional lens with weather sealing. This is barely even, like, you know, this is a little bit of rain, and these cameras, even if you're getting water all over it, the LCD bits, the buttons there, and all over the back and all that kind of stuff, you really shouldn't, if you're paying over £2,000, not £2,000, I've kind of forgotten how much it costs, but you're paying that, you really shouldn't be worried about a little bit of rain hitting it. So that's the one thing I always find quite funny, is the amount of people that buy camera gear and never use it in weather which isn't pristine good weather. So, oh, it's a bit cold outside, might not use it. So that's one thing I'd always say is, does your camera gear give you confidence in using it in all weathers? The worst thing is that you kind of go, oh, look at this, it's rainy weather, what potentially awesome photo opportunity to get shots of something in the rain, but you go, I don't know, camera might get a little bit destroyed. So that's one thing. I just wonder about the new batch of cameras which are coming out, like for example the two which I'm looking at just now, the Sony A7R, A7S, and the Panasonic GH4, both saying they are weather sealed, but do they give you the confidence in using it? That's the main thing. It's not necessarily whether they will survive or not, is do you have the confidence in taking it out and pressing? But I think that's the trick, is the pressing of the buttons when you're in duff weather, does that still feel safe? Because a lot of times you think, oh yes, if a little bit of rain trickles onto it and I leave it in a box of rice for a night, then yeah, it'll survive. But what if you're actually using it out in the field and you need to turn it on and change dials and all that kind of stuff? Do you still have the confidence of using that? Certainly with the Canon 5D Mark II and the Nikon D700, which I've got, 100% super confident in using it out in the field, not a problem. The only thing which I have a little bit fear of is always just the memory card door. It's just a bit flicky, and there's nothing there to really kind of weatherproof the memory card area. Just how it falls down, that doesn't sound good. That's the only thing. So for me, hand over memory card slot, that's the only thing which I would be more secure of. But in terms of temperature, down in the cold, down in the heat, and out in the bit of rain that we just had just now, you really should have confidence in your gear when you're using it. And I wonder if the new gears that are coming out, if people that are buying it, can't see with that, are still having the confidence. You know, that's why I love times to say having a smaller body isn't always better. Sometimes a big chunky body just gives you that confidence to go, I'm just going to take it out and bury it in the snow and get some shot of a fox scratching away at the snow, and then have a remote to take the photo of it just as the fox is coming into the hole, something like that. But with the newer ones, you may think it's a bit delicate, it's a bit teensy weensy. So that's what I wonder, especially with the Nikon D710, which has come out, being smaller and fiddlier and lighter than even the 610. I had a little play with that today in one of the shops, and it's like, not really. Neither of them are really making me want to go swap cameras yet. Still nothing there. I didn't get a chance to play with the D810. I think that one's a little bit better. But anyway, there you go. Just have a little think about that yourselves. Think about it. Are you confident in using your gear in any situation? Or are there situations where you kind of go, oh, don't know if I should use it just in case it gets a little bit damp.